I want to die in style. I want to give my life for someone else. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite Tokyo Ghoul chapter of the year. Again, just so many different things about this chapter, the emotion, and it's very interesting, a lot of the parallels from the original Tokyo Ghoul to Ri. Like, for example, when Kaneki first met Hinami, if I'm correct, it was him opening up a door, and I think he caught her eating or something like that, and the same thing happened here. He opened the door and seen her there, and oh my gosh, let's talk about this chapter now. So, Furuta decided to eat Eto's editor. That's probably what Ishida wants to do once in a while, because I'm sure these editors be breathing down these mangakas' necks, and he's like, yo, you fuck with me, I'm gonna eat you, bro. But in all seriousness, Furuta eating the editor, it was just more of a slap in the face to Eto. And if Eto does get her hands on him at some point, because it's not necessarily that she loved and adored the editor, I think it was more so respect and the fact that he gave her an opportunity that no one else would when she was, like, you know, starving on the streets, and he gave her the opportunity to write a story, and, you know, she became very successful and shit like that because of him. So a part of that is, like, really a slap in the face, and he pissed her off even more. When she gets loose, oh my gosh, she's gonna have fun beating the dog shit out of Furuta. You gotta think for a second, if he was aware of the wiretapping, why did he let it go on? Why did he say all those things unless he really doesn't give a fuck, or unless he has so much pull that no matter what was recorded, it doesn't matter? So thus far, not that many strong people have been released. Apparently, the cells that were open were A ranks or below, so nothing, you know, S or double S or triple S or anything like that. But I'm really curious if Amon's father is gonna be released at some given point. Donata, I believe his name is. Like, I really want to see him get released and be just a fucking old savage, just killing left and right. And yeah, it's Kaneki. He's going balls deep. He's fucking releasing cell after cell. And there's a couple different things to note. For starters, in the beginning of the chapter with Kaneki, when he's, you know, frantically going on the computer, you could definitely see he's petrified of Arima. Like, this chapter clarifies he is petrified of the boy. When he's there, he's like, come on, he can't come, you know, and shit like that. He knows that if Arima gets him, it's gonna be a fight to the death. Like, it's automatically, and this time around, no matter what he does, Arima probably ain't gonna let him live. Like, so he knows whenever he does come toe-to-toe with Arima, it's either do or die. So he is already petrified. But on top of that, I'm curious if the same thing that happened with Arima is potentially happening with Kaneki, because there was like a little blur there and he said not now, almost as if he's like losing his eyesight. So maybe the whole theory about Arima kind of being blind or something, maybe it could happen to Kaneki as well. And again, that could kind of lead to how he was the original One-Eyed King, Arima, and now he's the new One-Eyed King and he's going blind, shit like that. Just some interesting comparisons to the two. And I mean, if he is going blind, that's gonna fucking suck. Ayato like a beast with the fucking crew slashing down. I mean, I'm curious who's that person with the mask that's next to him. I'm guessing it could very well be maybe his sister, maybe Yomo. I mean, a lot of people are theorizing that that's Hide, and that's why Hide was brought up in this chapter. I'm personally kind of on the fence about that. I don't think that would be Hide, but like, I'm curious who's there fighting alongside Ayato, and I mean, who would be able to go help him against Arima? Like, anyway, nobody. I mean, if Eto pretty much can barely do shit against Arima, then Ayato is fodder right now. Honestly, I can very well see R.I.P. Ayato, and he's basically giving his life up for Hinami. That's some crazy shit, yo. Ayato, he started off as an asshole, and look what he turned into. Ishida fucking turning characters around like fucking amazingness. Same thing with fucking Uri. But the Hide flashback, the theories, everyone's going crazy right now. Does that mean he's 100% dead? I still don't buy it. I still don't buy that he's 100% dead, because, like, don't get me wrong, that was emotional, that was insane. Him basically saying, yo, even you eating me, that doesn't mean you're gonna win, but please, I want you to eat me so you can at least put up enough of a fight to prove to Arima that you're worth living. So if he indeed ate him, oh my god, I mean, it's almost clarification there that he did eat him. It's just a matter of, did he eat him to death? Did he, you know, swallow him whole? Or could it very well be that there's some theories floating around that Hide is similar to Furuta, and he was one of those like test tube baby ghouls and shit like that. So maybe he was kind of like a ghoul all along, so then he would have been able to regenerate. So even if he was eaten, maybe like he wasn't completely killed off because he had, you know, the ghoul cells in him. And that last panel, oh my gosh, just such an amazing chapter. I don't give a fuck, 10 out of 10 for this chapter. That last panel with Kaneki showing up to Hinami, and honestly, I would say that this Kaneki, I know people are probably a little bit like skeptical regarding, you know, how they feel about him right now, because we were honestly under the impression, okay, this is a new Kaneki, this is a selfish, savage ass motherfucker. But honestly, this Kaneki, he's not that much different from when he had the white hair, and that's not a bad thing at all, because I was an amazing character. It's just, I think now he's a bit more aware than before. I think there was a certain naivety to him that he thought if he just takes all the pain, if he just eats all the ghouls, become a cannibal himself, and just basically take all the tragedy in, that he would get somewhere. Now I think he's understood more. I think now that he remembers everything, even from his childhood when his mom used to abuse the fuck out of him, it all now came together to make him a stronger person. So I don't think the savage part is completely out of the question, but he's more so along the lines of white-haired Kaneki with a little bit more smarts, which is a good thing because white-haired Kaneki was already an amazing character. But you gotta think, the balls what he did, because he's not even aware. He wasn't aware that Ayato and his people were crashing in and shit like that, unless he had some insane intel or something like that. But like, he really wasn't aware of that. So he was going in there, opening up all the cells, and basically taking on this whole challenge by himself, knowing that Arima's in the building. He was doing all this. So you gotta think, he was really ready to die. And that's why at the end of the chapter, those lines would give me, I'm not even gonna lie, the first 2 to 3 times that I read this chapter, because I've read this chapter so many times, I got goosebumps reading that final fucking panel when he showed up to Hinami, saying, sorry, I'm late, let's get out of here. And she's like, oh, Nichan, finally, her brother showed up. It was just like such an amazing fucking moment, everything about it. And the fact that, once again, not only is it, you know, he's trying to rescue somebody, he's doing it basically with sacrificing his own ass, which kind of makes me wonder, exactly what is his plan? Because he's not aware that Ayato and all these people, Amon, and everybody's gonna bust in there. So what was his plan to get her out of there? Okay, fair enough. You were like, fuck it, I'm gonna die, that's it, whatever. But what was his plan to let her get out of there not in a fucking body bag? I'm guessing maybe that's why he opened up all the ghoul cells so that they could distract, but like, come on, let's be real here. It could be like 100 A-class ghouls and Arima would have slipped through them like butter and still get him. So he was probably gonna just try his best to have everybody get distracted, and then when Arima came, he was gonna fight him while Hinami runs away or some shit like that. That was, I'm guessing, his strategy, but at least he got more backup now. But honestly, again, I'm saying R.I.P. Ayato, you got no chance. I mean, if Shachi got his fucking ass whooped, Shachi, you think this month? No, Ayato, I'm sorry, I don't got no fucking faith in him whatsoever. I'm sorry. And Ayato, you're an awesome character, but dude, I salute you. And just everything about this chapter. I mean, I was reading a lot of the comments because I was just curious to see what people were saying, and there was this one comment that really got to me, that kind of really explained exactly the situation between Hide and Kaneki, based on what we know thus far, because there's still those theories that, you know, Hide knows a lot more and everything, because he really knew, you know, quite a bit about Arima when he was telling him there's this dangerous man that lies ahead and shit like that. I mean, again, he was a part of the, you know, investigation for a while, so I think he would have gotten some knowledge about Arima, but who knows, maybe how far he really goes. Maybe he was a part of V at some given point. But the comment was, Hide saw merit in him being alive, but he doesn't see the same. He just wants to die. It's what he's wanted for a long time. And that's so fucking true. That's exactly what Kaneki, like Kaneki, through and through, he's been like, you know what? As long as I don't bother nobody, which is a little bit different now, but for the longest time it was, as long as I don't bother nobody, I'm not hurting nobody, I'm saving everybody, I'm fine dying in a fucking ditch in the middle of nowhere. Like, that's been Kaneki for a long time. The circumstances has changed a bit, where now he wants to die in style. It's like, yo, I'm gonna die in style, I'm gonna die giving my life for someone else similar to Hide, but he's still the same. He wants to die, and it's sad as fuck, and talking about it just gets me all broken up. Like, amazing chapter, 10 out of 10 for this one. Let me know what you guys think. Hide theories, throw them the fuck at me. I want to know what you think. Is Hide 100% dead, or do you think he ate him enough and kept him alive? Was Hide part of the V? Was he partial ghoul? Do you think Ayato's gonna survive against Arima? And how the fuck you think Kaneki's gonna pull this off? Like, is this gonna be the end of Tokyo Ghoul? Because if Arima's in the building and he gets his hands on Kaneki, it's a wrap. Also, do you think Kaneki's going blind? And your overall thoughts of the chapter. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed anything about this video, make sure to drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm Finneworld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.